hold on, that's under Jessica. Is it working? I don't get my messages. Me. Sophomore junior night. Oh, my key. Do I need to change the link? Good evening. Thank you all for joining our sophomore and junior night. We apologize. We're having some technical difficulties. But again, thank you for joining. This will be recorded and posted to our website later. It'll also be translated. Counselors are available for you to enter any questions that you have into our chat as well. So I want to introduce you to our student services staff. We have 3 alpha counselors that work with students in grades 10 through 12. Miss Candace Thomas works with our students with last names A through F. I'm Miss Davis. I work with students with last names G through N. Jessica Holmes works with our students with last names O through Z. Miss Erica Clarkson is our Dean of Students. She also works with our OCS kids. Catherine Braswell is our Student Success Counselor. She works with students in the 9th and 10th grade. Mr. Simeon Hutchinson is our Freshman Counselor. And Jessica Sayas is our SAP Counselor. So she's our Student Assistant Program Counselor. And she works with students with a variety of different needs, such as homelessness or pregnancy, things like that. Miss Wiggins is our guidance tech. So oftentimes when you call the school, she may be the first person to answer. Jessica Wolf is our intervention coordinator. She works with students that may be struggling academically. Lavon Barrett is our data manager. Paulette Smith is our registrar, so she works with our records and registration. And Christina Davidson is our school psychologist. So this year, you can make an appointment with your counselor. This can be done via the telephone or Google Meet. So to schedule an appointment with your counselor, you'll just visit the scheduling link that's on our team directory website. And that link is below. We are also offering Chat and Chew with the counseling crew. So this is a time for students to come chat with their counselor. This is on Wednesdays from 11 to 11:45. Students will just join via Google Meet, and the code is KHS Chat and Chew. So it's just a time for students to connect with their counselor. We have fun activities planned. So for example, this month is North Carolina Countdown to College. So we've got some different college activities planned. Our college advisor is Jonah Rogers, Mr. J. So he is available for students, and specifically for the 10th and 11th grade, he can help you with test prep, as well as researching colleges and going on some college visits. So you can certainly reach out to him. There's his link to schedule an appointment, as well as he has a website with different resources, and you can always send him an email as well as his Google Voice number. Ms. Sonia Meeks is our career development coordinator. So she can help students identify different careers that might be a good fit for them based off of students' strengths and interests. She's also available to help students, help get them connected with employers, and she reviews resumes along with a number of other different things in the career field. Our 10th grade administrator is Mr. Mallory, and our 11th grade administrator is Miss Real. So they are both great resources for students to reach out to. Miss Barron and Miss Kosh are our librarians in the Learning Commons, and they are available for students for any help with research, technology needs, and literacy resources. Students can reach out to our librarians on their office hours, which are from 1:30 to 2:30. There's also a chat box in the LC website that students can pop in and ask different questions. So reach out to them. They're a great resource for you. We also recommend students stay connected, especially this year with everything virtual. So encourage students to follow us on Twitter. We have a student services website that we keep updated regularly. Mr. Richardson sends home a phone messenger, as well as emails. So make sure that if you're not receiving those, that your phone number and your email is up to date in our system. We also encourage students and families to join our Remind. So you can do this by texting the number 81010 with the message that is specific to your student's last name. So for example, my last name is Davis. So if I were a junior, I would join my Remind group by texting the number 81010 with the message at KHS 2022 AF. This is a screenshot of our Student Services website, so we have lots of resources here for students to check out. We have grade level information, our team directory, different college information, Wake Tech Career and College Promise, how to request a transcript, as well as enrichment opportunities for students and a scholarship bulletin. So in order to meet graduation requirements, students need a total of 26 credits, and those credits have to fall in a specific subject area. So students need 4 English credits. That can be English 1, 2, English 3 or AP Language, or English 4 and AP Literature. 4 math credits, 4 social studies credits, world history, civics and economics, American 1 and 2, or they can take AP US history and a social studies elective instead of the American 1 and 2. 3 science credits, so earth science or AP environmental science, biology, and chemistry or physical science. 1 helpful living credit, and 10 electives. And if students are planning to attend a 4-year college or university, 2 of those 10 electives need to be a foreign language. So our Wake Tech Career and College Promise program, this is an opportunity for students to earn college credit while they're in high school for free. This link will take you directly to the CCP information on our website. And then there's also a link for Wake Tech Career and College Promises website. So there are 2 different pathways that students can choose in the Wake Tech CCP program. There's a career and technical education pathway that can lead to a certificate or a diploma. And there's a college transfer pathway, and this leads to an associate's degree. So this would be a pathway for students where their goal is to attend a 4-year college or university. And there are different eligibility requirements. So to be enrolled as a freshman or a sophomore in the CTE pathway, students must be a 10th or 11th grade, or excuse me, a 9th or a 10th grader, have their recommendation of their high school principal, a grade of C or better in Math 1, an EOC score of 3, 4, or 5 for Math 1, and an EOG score of 3, 4, or 5 for 8th grade ELA. If they don't meet those requirements, they could also demonstrate college readiness on an approved assessment in English, reading, and math. So the CTE pathway for juniors or seniors, those eligibility requirements, students must be an 11th or 12th grader, have an unweighted GPA of 2.8 or higher, or demonstrate college readiness on an approved assessment in English, reading, or math, or they can just have the recommendation of their high school principal or designee. So for example, students may need a recommendation if they don't have that 2.8 GPA, but they've shown much improvement from their 9th grade year to their junior or senior year. For the college transfer pathway, to be eligible for this as a 9th or 10th grader, you must be identified as AIG or score the 92nd to the 99th percentile in an aptitude or achievement test in English, reading, and math. Also, they must demonstrate college readiness in English, reading, and math on an approved assessment, and receive recommendation from their high school principal, as well as written consent from their parent, and receive mandatory academic advising prior to course registration. So this is a pretty intense requirement for students that want to participate as a 9th or 10th grader. As an 11th or 12th grader, for the college transfer pathway, students must have an unweighted GPA of a 2.8 or demonstrate college readiness in English, reading, and math. For students that are already enrolled in the Wake Tech Career and College Promise program, for them to be eligible to continue in that program, they must continue to progress towards their high school graduation, and they must maintain a GPA of 2.0 in their college coursework after completing 2 courses. So the very first step to get this process started is to attend an information session. This is a mandatory session that Wake Tech puts on, and it's this video that you'll have to watch that's located on Wake Tech's website. And then from that point, students will receive their CCP enrollment information. So the very first thing that they'll receive via email is their CCP application. And once that is submitted, students will receive a link for their eligibility verification form. So they'll have to fill out that form, and they will also be required to get signatures. So students must put in the correct name and email of their designated parent and appropriate staff member. So our principal, Mr. Richardson, approves students for 9th and 10th grade. So if you're a 9th or 10th grader applying for the CCP program, you will enter his email address in that area where it asks for your principal or designee. And then for all 11th and 12th graders, I approve those, so you'll send them to my email address. Students will also have to attach a high school transcript and any other supplemental documents that are required in their eligibility form. So now I'm going to turn it over to Miss Candace Thomas for the remainder of this presentation.
All right, so let's take a look at some options that students have after they graduate. One great option is for students to join the military for those that are interested in doing so. The military can be a great opportunity, not only as a career, but also for education, and there are a lot of great benefits. A couple of the first steps to joining the military include talking to a recruiter and also taking the ASVAB, which is a test that you take in order to enter the military. If you are interested in learning more about the military, you can talk to Ms. Meeks, who is our career development coordinator, or you can take JROTC classes. Here, we have a great program, and it will expose you to different branches of the military. Another option that students have after they graduate is to go to the community college. Our local community college is Wake Tech, which you heard about some for CCP. They have an open door policy, which means as long as you're 18 years or older and have a high school diploma, you can be admitted. There's no SAT or ACT requirements, and there's no application fee, so you can apply for free. There's also still a college field or college activities there, and if you want to learn more about the community college, you can take a look at the link that is on the screen. Another thing I wanted to point out is they have programs such as welding, plumbing, business administration, culinary arts, and they also have university transfer programs where if you are wanting to go to a four-year college, you can start off at the community college, go there for 2 years, and then transfer to a four-year college to get your bachelor's degree. So great opportunities. Another option after graduating is to go to a four-year college or university. What you see here is a map of the public colleges and universities in North Carolina. So we refer to them as in the UNC system. And this slide is also available on our student services website. The links take you to virtual tours for each of the colleges. Please take advantage of this resource. I know that things have been difficult as far as virtual learning and everything turning virtual, but this is a great opportunity for you to visit colleges without even having to leave your home. So for the UNC system schools, there are minimum admissions requirements. The minimum GPA is a 2.5 weighted, and we'll talk about GPA a little bit more later. The test scores. So for last year's seniors, the minimum SAT test score was a 1010, that is the combined score, and a 19 for the ACT. For this year's seniors, the class of 2021, UNC system schools are waiving the test requirement. So students are not required to submit SAT or ACT scores. For students graduating after this year, you most likely need SAT or ACT scores. And we'll talk about how to prepare for those. I just want to make you aware that as of right now, I've seen it on different college websites. They are saying they're going to be required. So while they're test optional this year, they will most likely be required after. You also need to have the high school graduation requirements, including the 2 levels of foreign language in order to be admitted to a UNC system school. So what are colleges looking at? They look at your academic achievement, and that comes from your grades, that comes from the level of courses that you're taking, your GPA, there's that word again. They look at those SAT and ACT test scores, your extracurricular activities, how you're being active in the community, in sports, whether or not you have a job doing community service. They also look at a personal statement. Some colleges require a personal statement or an essay as a part of their admissions process. And some of them also require recommendation letters that will come from a teacher, a counselor, a supervisor, an adult who has observed you and worked with you and seen your work ethic and your academic achievement. So let's talk about GPA. GPA kind of summarizes how you have done academically while in high school. For every class that you take, when you get your final grade, you receive a certain number of quality points depending on the grade that you make and the level of the class. And those points come together and average to make your GPA. So this is any class you take, not just electives and not just core classes, but all of them put together from the 9th grade on. So honors and AP level courses do provide extra quality points. And the GPA is looked at by not only colleges, but sometimes employers look at that as well. I mentioned quality points. So on the left side of this chart, you see the letter grades, A, B, C, D, and F. For standard level courses, the quality points are shown. So if you look at the honors courses, the quality points go up 0.5. And for AP courses, they go up an entire point. So for each class that you take, when you get your final grade, these quality points are put on your transcript and calculated into your GPA. Now, this is just a reminder that for last semester, the spring semester of the 1920 school year, students were given either a PC 19 or a WC-19. PC-19 means that you passed the class and earned the credit, and WC-19 means that you did not pass the class and did not earn the credit. Neither one of those grades were factored into your GPA. Students did have the opportunity to request numeric grades, and so if you all take advantage of that, then those classes will be on your, those grades will be on your transcript. So colleges also look at ACT and SAT scores. And for most colleges, that is an either or. Either you take the SAT or you take the ACT. You don't necessarily have to take both. And I recommend that you look at the test to see which one that you may be more comfortable with. So on the screen, it shows the websites that you go to in order to register for these tests. It shows that the essay is optional for both. Some schools require the essay, some colleges require the essay, and some of them don't. It shows a max score. And I wanted to point out that there is no penalty for guessing. So you want to make sure that when you take these tests, that you answer every question, even if you have to guess. The cost for these tests ranges from $52 to $70. However, there are test waivers available for each of these tests for students that qualify for a waiver. So the scoring for the SAT is a range of 200 to 800 for both the math and the reading and writing section. And so those scores are totaled in order to get your total score. For the ACT, there are 4 subscores: English, math, reading, and science on a scale from 1 to 36. And then those are averaged to get the composite score. And so those minimum scores that were shown earlier are from the total and composite scores. I mentioned ACT and SAT fee waivers, and those are for students who are maybe in situations where their families are economically disadvantaged. They are available for students so that you won't have to pay the fee for taking the test. So if you feel like you may be eligible for one, please contact Student Services and we will help you from there. Also note that if you are eligible for an SAT or an ACT fee waiver, then you are also eligible for college application fee waivers. Preparing for these tests. One of the biggest things in preparing for the test is making sure that you take a practice test, making sure that you know the content that is on the test. There are several websites that will give you practice tests for free, and some of them are listed on the screen. Other opportunities to become familiar with the test include the pre-ACT and the PSAT, which also gives you a chance to be in a test setting where you're being timed, where you have to be quiet and follow directions so you can get a feel for the test. Even if you're taking the practice test on your own, which I do recommend, you should do it timed. So at the beginning of each of the sections of the test, there are directions and they give you the number of questions and the time for that section. So set your phone, set some type of timer, and then answer the section so you can get a feel of your timing and your pacing. As mentioned before, there's no penalty for guessing, so please make sure you answer all of the questions and use the process of elimination to help you to eliminate the incorrect answers to give you a better chance of choosing the correct one. There are some changes to the ACT starting last month. One of them is section retesting, where students who have taken an entire ACT test at some point can retake certain sections of the test, meaning if you take the entire test one time, the next time you take the test, you could possibly only take the math or the reading, depending on the subjects that you would like to take again. There's also super scoring, in which the ACT will look at your different subject scores and then choose the highest score for each subject and then create a new score based on your best scores. So here are some tips for your sophomore and junior year. We want you to be successful. And we want you to work hard. So one tip is to review your academic plan with your counselor, and we do that during registration as you're choosing your classes for the next year. So make sure that you're paying attention as we are meeting with you and also looking at the classes that you have taken in the past, the classes you have been successful with, your career interests and classes that you're interested in to make sure that your classes are fitting to what you like and what you're interested in. CFNC is a great website. Our seniors use it a lot as they are applying to college. And it also has great features such as a college search and an interest inventory to help you to figure out what you may want to do as a career. There are a number of college fairs and financial aid workshops available, again, virtual with everything being online. I would recommend that you take advantage of those. You want to look at the colleges that you're interested in now. Now is a great time to do it so that as you approach your senior year, you have a better understanding of what you need to do in order to apply. Not only for colleges, but also for scholarships and grants and other financial aid sources. As you're figuring out what you're interested in, take advantage of educational opportunities to work in the fields that you're interested in. You can do that by getting an internship or working a job just so you can see. And sometimes you don't like what you're doing, and that is still fine because it gives you an idea of jobs that you may not want. We talked about preparing for the college admissions test. I wanted to mention if you are interested in sports, make sure you are talking with your coach about eligibility now so that, again, as you get closer to your senior year, you're prepared for what you need to do in order to play sports at the collegiate level. And take rigorous courses. Take courses that are going to match your level and that are going to challenge you. Speaking of challenging courses, I want to tell you a little bit about AP courses. So these courses are college level, but they're taught at the high school. They give you the opportunity or another opportunity in addition to CCP to get college credit. The way you get the credit is by taking the exam in May that is associated with the class. And if you score a 3 or higher, then you can get college credit. The class that you get credit for would depend on the school, but you can earn credit at any of the UNC system schools. And for private and out-of-state schools, you'll need to contact them or look on their website to see what those classes will count for. The benefits of taking an AP course is the experience of taking college level work, getting the experience of building critical thinking skills, time management, and study skills that you'll need as you go to higher education in college. You can also earn that college credit and save money. And then just the experience overall is great in preparing you for your future. So here is a list of the courses that we are currently offering at Knightdale High School as far as AP. The only one I believe that we are not currently offering this year is physics. However, what we offer depends on our master schedule each year. So this list can vary depending on the year. For those of you that are already taking AP courses, make sure that you have registered at this website and make sure that you are taking advantage of the online resources that are given by College Board to help you to prepare for the exam. Also, join the AP Remind by texting at KHS CDAP to 81010 so that you can receive updates. So the North Carolina School of Science and Math is a public residential high school that is for students interested in science, technology, engineering, and math. It has 3 programs that we're going to go over shortly. The application period for this school has opened today and ends January the 15th. And for any student admitted into the program, it is free. So I have the link to more information on the side. Here are 3 programs that the North Carolina School of Science and Math offers. One is their residential program where students who are admitted, and these are for the current 10th graders now, you apply and you are admitted for your 11th and 12th grade year. You'll be living on campus and you will be a part of the North Carolina School of Science and Math family. The school is located in Durham. Another program that they offer is their online program, where you have the opportunity to take classes online through the North Carolina School of Science and Math, but still be enrolled at your base school. Please note that all of the classes that they offer online may not transfer back to your Wake County transcript. I just want to make a note of that, but this is also an opportunity for our current 10th grade students. The last program is Summer Ventures, and this is a summer program for students. It's 4 weeks, and it's held on a college campus. It focuses on hands-on and student-driven research, and this is available for students, current 10th grade and 11th grade students. So if you are interested, please contact me, Ms. Thomas, and I will help you through the process of applying. Governor School is another great opportunity during the summer. It is a residential program for students, and they spend 5 weeks at either Salem College in Winston-Salem or Meta College in Raleigh. So this is for students that are accepted in the Governor School. It is a great honor, but the competition is pretty stiff. Listed here are the areas in which you can be eligible, as well as the GPA. So if you are interested in applying to this program, please contact Ms. Davis for more information. Here are some upcoming events. As Ms. Davis mentioned, the Wake Tech CCP info session is going on now, and it ends October the 26th. Sophomore classroom lessons will go through English 2 classes, and they will be held in October and February. The junior classroom lessons will be held through English 3 classes, and those will take place in November and February. The PSAT will be held January the 26th, and the ACT will be held for free for all juniors in February. So please, juniors, take this test seriously. There are several students that have taken it seriously. They've taken the test as a junior for free with the school, and they scored well and have not had to take it again. So please take it seriously. In March, we'll start registration for grades 9 through 11, and we'll start meeting with juniors for their junior conferences. I did want to mention that we will be doing report card pickups tomorrow, so please take advantage of that as well. So our launch for this evening: education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. Said by Malcolm X. We want to thank each of you for attending tonight, and we do value your feedback. So if you will, please take a few minutes and complete our evaluation. The link is shown below. We thank you so much for your time, and we appreciate you. We hope that you have asked questions that you had in the chat. And if you have any questions after tonight, please feel free to contact your counselor or your child's counselor. We are here and available to help in any way possible. So we hope that you have a great night, and we are here. Contact us. Good night.